and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and also on DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Thursday, the 12th of March. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show, none other than the lovely Lily J. Lily J, a very good morning to you. Nice to see you as always.
Oh, thank you, Andre. Good morning to you. You sound very lively this morning.
I'm always very lively in the morning.
Andre, while I was getting myself organized in the room, because I normally stay out and come in just before you complete your program, you were laughing so loudly the whole building was shaking. Andre, share. I want to know what juice you got.
You should have put on the headphones at the time.
Well,
Arthur Charles just has a way of making me laugh. I think his wife is very fortunate to have him in her life, because I'm sure he makes her laugh the same way. Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, he's a very, very humorous guy. Arthur can take a serious situation and turn it into a joke. Amazing. His story was that he said there was a church service, and at the church service, he said that happened in Bhutan. That's what he said. It happened in Bhutan. A lady who didn't have an underwear on at the time, and he said that the priest noticed that she didn't have an underwear. So instead of him saying, Lord, he said, Amen. And he went down and told the girl, the lady to, go buy herself an undergarment. That's the story he gave. I don't know where he got that from. Whether that's true, not true, mass up.
Andre, you were able to laugh at that?
He said it's really funny.
I mean, my
really
lower lip I have to attach my lips. I mean, I'm in a little shock. Why would he even comment on that?
I mean, if that happened, what's wrong with that?
In the middle of something, let everybody hear. How did he hear? Obviously,
I don't know. Maybe he has a video or something.
Speak loudly. Bring it up, but don't tell the person. I'd bring it up when you come to church.
You're talking about the priest.
Yeah.
Oh well, the priests have a way. In fact, I have a video. I think it's Father Albert, and I think there's Father. What's his name again? The one from Monrepo. I'm forgetting his name. Very, very nice, very friendly priest. Father Setut. Yeah. So the two of them were actually at a service, some kind of service, and I think somebody who I heard Father Albert say is a pastor. He was trying to disrupt the service for whatever reason, and boy, Father Albert took behind me. Say, boy, I actually have it on my phone. Father Albert says, I know my rights. If you don't know your rights, that's your business. But I know my rights, and he was giving the guy some good talk there, boy.
Yeah, the churches is.
Yeah, so the priests now, I mean, they don't hold back. I remember one time I was in, was it Monrepo? Where was I? Can't remember someplace I was. And while I was there, it was actually at a funeral. And while I was there were some people who actually drunk during the service, during the funeral service. They were drunk already, and they were disrupting the service. And I remember the priest took one turn after them. Yeah. One turn, he said, if you come here to do your thing,
that's okay.
You should leave. You should leave. I agree. You come in there to disrupt the people's service. Yeah. Especially you go inside the Lord's house and you go inside there half drunk already. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Fellas are jokers, man. You should have jokers. That to me, that's just disrespect.
I agree.
Yeah, disrespect totally. to the priest, disrespect to the Lord, and disrespect most, especially that's a funeral, disrespect to the deceased. You understand? So the priests were within their rights to get on their case. Yeah, for sure. So yes, Lady J, are you okay there? All is well?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, good morning or good afternoon, good night to the folks checking us out on DBS.
Yes.
DBS, I always have to say it. We don't take for granted the fact that you have our show on your television station. That really, really means a lot to us.
My mom is watching. She's always watching.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Morning, Mom.
With helper Cynthia, they're watching. They always have it on.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Beautiful. So they watch on DBS, no doubt?
Yeah, she's like, this morning when I said to her, I'm going, Mom, you're going to watch on DBS? So Cynthia answered, and she says, yeah, we're going to watch. And she says, what about Andre? And I said, Mom, I'm going to see Andre. Oh, I need to see him. I said, yes, Mom, I'll try to bring you down here to see him.
And she's a big fan, folks.
She is.
She's been a big fan for a long time. When that lady sees me, you swear she sees a priest.
Why didn't you say God?
Our. Yeah. So, what about hubbies? Is he a big fan as well, hubby?
Yeah, he listens when he leaves the house. That's who he's tuned to. Oh, yeah, when I go into his car, that's what station it's on.
Yeah, I think in the early days when we first came on, I remember you telling me that he listens and he watches as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so hubby, good morning to you. I haven't seen him in a while though.
He's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Strong as ever, Andre. I always know when he used the bike because he's taller than me. He's got long legs. So whenever I go on the bike, I have to pull it up to level it out.
Oh, I
so
see.
I'm like, he was on the bike.
Yeah, just the seat.
Yeah, he's adjusting.
Okay. All right, let me take care of some house chores before we move on. Okay, the menu for today at the Thomas O'Bread place. You have some delicious stuff there today. Cow heel soup. Okay, cow heel soup.
Not my favorite.
Actually,
but I like soup.
I have a video of a lady. I think looks like she's a Rastafarian, and she was talking about when men ejaculate, they need to replenish the bank, the sperm bank, and she actually was recommending eating cow heel soup.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you tried it, Andre?
Well, I usually have whenever I'm able, I have the cow heel soup. I find it very thick. I like the thickness, to be honest with you. The cow heel itself is a little too thick. I eat it, but it gets me full very, very quickly. The cow heel itself, yeah. But
I guess you eat that in South, right? The cow heel.
Well,
they don't put that in South. They don't put the pig.
It was the pig, yeah. That's the male. I don't eat that. So the cow heel, let me just say that it's a lady who was speaking. She's a Rasta lady. I have the video. I don't know if she's just speaking from the top of her head, but she did say that for men, after you ejaculate, that you lose the sperm count and that you need to replenish it. And one way of replenishing all that, especially those fellas who have sexual relations very often, is to have the cow heel soup. So keep that in mind, fellas. All right. I know you're like aphrodisiacs. That's one of them, the cow heel soup.
Well, you certainly told them, Andre. So some people will certainly be spending some money
on cow heel soup
on
today.
The cow.
Yeah. I like it, I like the cow heel soup. It's just that I find when I eat the cow heel itself now, as part of the soup, it fills me very, very fast because it's so thick.
So you eat that and you hold the rest for later.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So she also has pigtail bouillon today. So pigtail
that's
bouillon.
My favorite. I like that.
All right, alongside cow heel soup. That's the menu for today at the Thomas O'Bread place. And remember to try their wide variety of CMOS beverages, which include the all-new blueberry flavor. Yeah, blueberry is now available as part of the CMOS range. All right, so you also get the usual coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed CMOS with milk or without milk. All right, so don't forget to try the all-new blueberry flavored CMOS. All right, and the cow heel soup and the pigtail bouillon. Alrighty. Oh, yes. Before I forget, Bonje, I have to try to remember Joella.
What's that?
Joella's activity that she's having as part of the Good Friday Lucian extravaganza. They call it Good Friday Lucian breakfast.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this is taking place on the 3rd of April.
In Texas.
In Texas, starting at 8 a.m. The Lucian community of Baytown, Texas. That's for the Lucian community of Baytown. Yeah, I wish I was living there so I can go, and get some of that stuff. So you have roast and fried bakes, mahi-mahi, saltfish, smoked herring, salad, tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumber salad, as well as akra and cocoa tea and lime squash. All
Sounds
the goodies.
good to me.
Yes. Now let me tell you about the cocoa tea. You know how I like it, Lady J?
Cocoa tea.
I like it when it's smooth I don't like the
to
grits.
feel. I agree.
I don't like the
Yeah.
grits. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Same
there's some
thing.
people who actually make the cocoa tea. When they make it, there are no grits, period. You can end that drink, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nice and smooth. I love that.
My husband's sisters, they do it. So occasionally when I'm walking, Andre, I actually will go as far as up that end, Masad. Well, it's not far because I go further than that. But what I'm saying is I go out of my way. After I finish doing my walk, I go up there and take a cup, and drink it on the way back.
Yeah.
It's really good. You're right.
Yeah.
You don't taste that. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
some people make it really, really well. Yeah, others, nah, not so good.
And Joanne says she makes it too on a Saturday. So when I walk on a Saturday, I always get from her because they're always by the swimming place. What's that place called again? Where you go
I don't even
to
have
swim?
any idea where you're referring to, huh?
Well, Kilago is right there, and the
Oh,
swimming
there
place.
you're talking about.
It has a name.
Yes. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Kilago. Hey, talking about Kilago is still operating there?
Yes.
Making their pizza like normal?
Yes,
Same oven baked
100.
and everything?
Well, I can't answer that because I haven't been inside for a while, but I
Wow.
would think it's the same. Marie's right there. Yeah, Marie's and still, she lost her brother, but everything else is still flowing.
Amazing.
People are
Amazing.
still in there.
Yeah, I haven't had that pizza in a while.
Oh, yeah?
I must go and try it one of these days.
I think
Okay.
she would be happy.
Don't forget Silton's Rub. You can call at 716-8018. Silton is available she's available to sell you her rubs. Sell you
That's
her
a nice
rubs.
way of putting it.
Yes, I have to remember that she doesn't actually do the rub itself. Okay? But she sells the rub. And then your wife has to do it for you, or maybe somebody else. Okay? Or your husband has to do it for you as well. So the number is 716-8018. 716-8018. There's a guy who met me in the city some time ago, and he told me that he actually got the rub, for his wife and how he was rubbing
why I
her
need it, yeah.
and everything. And, we started talking, and I don't know how we got into that part of the conversation. He told me that his wife was, I think, late 70s. A young guy, like maybe early 40s, somewhere around there. And that was his wife. He told me she's in her late 70s. I said, what? I said, boy, how that happened, boy? Yeah. But of course, we didn't get into at that time, I had to leave, so I didn't get the whole story. But I think that'd be a great story. There's another guy who told me one time, he said he was walking in the Mondidor area, right? And he saw a lady carrying how many bags of groceries? And the lady was struggling with the groceries, right? She couldn't carry them. So he said he went over to ask her if he could help her. And she said, yes, I'd appreciate that very much. So he took the bags, he took all of them, and he carried the bags for her. He spoke with her. Guess what? The people whipped up a conversation there. Next thing you know, started dating each other. Next thing you know, marriage took place. But guess what? Again, she was in her late 70s. He was in his early 40s, somewhere around there. Yeah, so these things happen. Yeah.
When you take care of yourself, Andre, you look good at any age.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so, for sure. And then you see the fact that maybe he was a real gentleman that day. Maybe that really touched the lady.
Or he saw her, liked her, didn't think of the age at the time, and that's why he asked, would you like some help, Andre? We know the men.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. That's a good
Definitely.
thing.
So, and that is true love. And you see, you have people now, want to come and tell you, hey, that who you marrying, this and that, and that old man you with. The ladies say that a lot.
Yeah.
You with an old man.
Yeah.
What kind of thing is that? That man can't satisfy you.
Yeah, but sex is not all, Andre.
Exactly.
Really, it's not all.
Exactly.
Because, good communication to me is important. Yeah? The sex will come if the communication is good. I can guarantee
you that one. Yeah, thank you very much. Here's a lady saying so. A lady saying so. So fellas, that thing about, what Missy can do for you, Missy can't do this and that and the other. You heard from a lady. That's not the main thing at the end of the day, right? Number one, the woman has to love you, right? She has to love you for sure. And that love is not based on sex. At least it shouldn't be based on sex.
Well,
It's
some
based-
people, but we're speaking for real. Because some people, of course, they get it good. Let's use the song. And hey, I want to be with him until, of course, they see the other faults, the other
Exactly.
whatever in the individual.
Exactly.
But I think communication is important. When my husband is, like, if cricket is going on and you talk to him, it's like as if you have to twist his ear. I'm speaking to you. you know, but eventually you understand that. Do not disturb them at that time. But I just want the eyes to look at me. That's all.
And
Just look
talking
at me.
about the communicating thing, right? My understanding of communication means that you're a good conversationalist.
Well,
Okay, because
that
people like
too,
to talk about
or
people
you
like to
a
talk
good
about
listener.
people like to talk about oh, you don't communicate, right? I see communication as you being a good conversationalist.
A good listener too, Andre, because
For
some
sure.
people just want you to listen. When I come from work, I probably, want you to. My mom is good at that. How was work today? Yeah, she's good at that. She wants to hear. But some people, they don't want to make the time. Communication is important in any relationship, Andre, especially in a partners. We're not talking about brother, sister, because that's also important. But partners, two people who sleep next to each other, communication is important.
Well, as I'm saying, communication in my mind is that you are a good conversationalist.
Yes, but I will add a good listener too.
Yes,
Because
for
some
sure.
people, like a husband and wife, one will talk more than the other, Andre.
Yes.
Simple. But the other one who is not talking, I hope that person is a good listener, because you could pretend you're listening and you're not taking in anything.
Well, to be
So
honest with you,
communicate, listen. That's it.
Yeah. I would like to have a good listener as well. Okay? But if you're not talking, you're not a good conversationalist. Where are we going with that? You understand? I'll be the one talking most of the time, and you just there, kind of thing.
no,
Right?
no,
So,
that wouldn't work.
And being a good conversationalist involves you having experience, right, with life. You know, you have a story to tell. You understand what I'm saying? You've gone through experiences that you can share. You see me, I share a lot of stuff.
And
when
not
Tony was
everybody
there.
will be like you,
Not
Andre.
when Tony was
Some
there.
people want to keep their business to themselves. You and Tony was sharing from what happened
ABC.
from school.
ABC.
And you must give the joke about the cutlass cleaning. Yeah, I love that one. But let me make sure I clear my bladder first, because
Before you
I
start
die laughing at home, I tell you.
Yeah. So I'm saying, right, you must be a person who is in tune
Yes.
with history, okay? History and also current affairs. So you've got to make the effort to know what's going on. Otherwise, how can you be a good conversationalist? So that's number one. And number two, I agree with you, Lady J, because I find from my experience, we are poor listeners.
Who is we?
We generally are human beings.
okay.
We are poor listeners. We just want to talk most of the time.
And some of us...
And we're quick to disturb the other person.
Well,
you can't wait
like
to talk.
we both do that to each other.
No, you do that to me.
Andre, I listen to it. We both do it. But that's vibing, Andre. So that's what we're here to do. We're vibing. We're not here to... If it's an interview, you wait. But because we're vibing, it doesn't really matter.
And I'm saying, so you have to be, as you said, a good listener. Tony, I always said that about Tony. Tony was one of the best listeners in the entire world.
really good.
He will listen to you. He'll sit right there. Okay? He will not even disturb you. And you could see he's paying attention. He'll sit there, he folds his arms, or he clasps his hands, right? And between his legs, and he's actually paying attention to you. That's how he was. And I always said that he's a great listener. So you sit there, you're saying what's going on, and at the end, when you finish make your presentation, then he'll chime in
Very good.
and say something. So he was an excellent listener. And I find most people, including people who are supposed to know better, they just want to yap. Before you start talking, yap. They're disturbing you already. So
Is that for
sometimes you
both
just
man
give
and
up.
woman you're talking about?
I
or-
find men.
Really?
Yeah, men, more so men are that way. Okay? Yeah. So that's why, for example, when I'm going down south with Anthony, okay, I will run my mouth. Ask Anthony. I mean, I run my mouth. I say things that are bothering me, things that I know or I don't know, whatever. And then now when I'm finished, then he chimes in.
So he's the listener in the two of you.
No. Well, both of us are talking. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So, but when I'm speaking, he doesn't disturb me.
I see what
When
you're
he's speaking, I don't disturb him unless I'm saying to him, I will interject based on what he's saying. For example, he may say something that may be incorrect. You understand? I'll tell him, no, partner. This is the fact. So and so. Yeah.
Yeah, hold. Yeah, agreed.
So we must be good conversationalists. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
What
talking about
what
go
about
ahead.
good lovers and finance wise and all of the above? You want somebody who can cook partially, at least. You don't want somebody who cannot cook at all.
Well, I
You want
mean,
somebody who can clean, not necessarily a cleaner, but you want somebody who can clean. Andre, the worst thing is to have to be putting down the toilet, flushing the toilet, doing all those things with a partner. Andre, come on. No. I like neat and tidy.
mhm.
So I don't have that problem with her because he's neat and tidy too.
Yeah.
But
I agree with you.
Yeah, but
I agree.
Andre, some persons, the man does absolutely nothing because he feel that's the woman's job. No, Andre, it's not. We are living together. It's the two of us. Wash the dishes too. Mop the house too. Cook too. Now, let me stop here because hubby cooks more than me. But Andre, the good thing is I love cleaning. He likes to cook, so it's balanced.
The story jump out.
Yeah, but that's a true story. That ain't lying there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves to cook, right? I love to clean. So that's where that is concerned. It's a good balance.
Yeah. Well, you know, at the Paul residence, when you come there, you will not find a dirty home at all. Very clean, neat, tidy, you name it. I make sure my environment is clean. My room is well made. Everything well decked out. My restroom, the sink, my wardrobe, my dresser, my bed well made. I make sure all that. But I do not like to cook. Okay.
Can you cook?
I can. Yeah, of course I
You can whip up something.
I can. Yeah, I can for sure because I have already. I just don't like it. Now, the person who's going to be with me, whoever that person is, they have to understand that about me.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it. I enjoy when you prepare it for me and I come and you give it to me and I enjoy it. I tell you, thank you very much. You know, that was great. Thank you. That sort of thing. But for me to do it, if I have to, then I guess I will. But for me alone, I'd rather not do it.
But Andre,
And
are you
enjoy.
one of those who would wash the dishes?
How you mean?
Then that's
you will
good.
not. You'll come to my house. You will not see a dish inside there in the sink.
Then that's good.
And there's some people that think keeps piling and piling and piling. Yeah?
That's terrible.
You won't find a fly at my house. You won't find a fly.
Well, I can't say for that,
You'd be
'cause, I
hard
mean-
pressed to find a fly at my house because it's so neat.
And you don't leave garbage behind. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Garbage goes out.
Every day?
Okay, every single day. When I say goes out, meaning that doesn't stay. It doesn't stay there. In the kitchen. Because I should have it in the kitchen. Oh yeah, put that out for sure. Yeah, man. So as I
You're
said,
obsessed.
so I want to go back to something
thought I was
we said
obsessed.
earlier. Something we said earlier about the fellas now who like to judge and figure as though certain fellas are old men or people are old ladies, and what can that lady do for you? What can that old man do for you? We hear that kind of crap a lot, right? Well, I'll tell you something. They say there's a saying about the old
berry?
broom know the corners. Okay? So when you're going to come around this young lady, you have no experience or very little experience. You think you know what you're supposed to be doing, right? But you don't know the corners, right? So you come in there trying to cut style, madam la, c'est ça vous fait because you figure that's what's going to impress her. You could go ahead and do that if you want, right? But a fella like me comes along.
Okay, story time. Let's go. A fella like you comes around now. Make sure you continue.
And I know the corners. And I know the corners. Okay, I may not be able to, go 3 times a day, how many times a week, and so on, that kind of thing. But when I do go, I know the corners.
Look, Andre putting out your business.
No, but
But it's
that
yeah.
pappy show. That's pappy show. Yeah, nonsense. That, the
Okay,
Africans say that. The Africans
What?
nonsense. They like to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about perceived divisions among CARICOM leaders. Kamla Prasad Bisesa has been saying a lot of stuff, trying to sow division among CARICOM. I know the Prime Minister wouldn't say that out loud, right? I know none of them, at least for now, will say it out loud. But I'm watching on the outside, right, looking in, and I'm saying I don't like the things that she says, right? The lady, I have nothing against the lady personally. I just do not like what she says and what she stands for. I don't agree with her, and because I feel that way about her, right? And her association with Donald Trump, because to me, anybody who's Donald Trump's friend, you got a problem, man. I'm sorry, because you know why? Donald Trump doesn't have any friends. He'll turn on you in a second.
That's true.
He will turn on you in a second. As a matter of fact, somebody was weighing in on this issue and saying, Bisesa doesn't realize what she's doing. If she allows Trump to control her like that, the time may come, if he chooses to to want to remove her as prime minister. Yeah.
Andre, your thoughts going all the way there?
I'm telling you what an expert, a Trinidad and Tobago national, was saying. He was weighing in on the issue, saying, listen, you cannot give too much power.
Well, I agree.
Right? Now, they went now and they joined some alliance that they put together, the American Counter Cartel Coalition. Right? So she's part of that, and Guyana, they are part of it. So what America did now, they gave them names of certain people who are allegedly involved in illegal drugs, guns, and violence. The Trinidad Homeland Security Minister come out and said that they got that list from America. You're telling me, y'all are Trinidadians, y'all do not know who those people are? America has to come and give you names of people of interest, and they come in boasting like, oh boy, now that we are part of that movement now we're getting names, America, because America has access to all kinds of things and so on. That's what they're boasting about. To me, I would keep my mouth shut.
Yes.
You telling me America has to come and give you names of people involved in illegal guns, violence, drugs, and so on? But guess what? Here's the worst part. Remember, America gives you no evidence, correct?
So far.
With those boats that they've been bombing. And by the way, let me remind the Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister, Mr. or Mrs. Bissessa, that the U.S. has killed your nationals already.
True.
In fact, no, let me take it back. They've murdered.
Yeah.
Murdered your nationals. Your own people.
Trinidadians on.
Your own people. And she has not once said, I'm sorry to hear that. Right? What did she say? Kill them all violently. I'm quoting her.
After the situation, are you talking about she said that? Before, but not after.
And after. She said it over and over again. Kill them all violently. Those are her words. So I have no time for people like that, to be honest with you. If Donald Trump is your friend, I am sorry. You can't be my friend. That's for sure. Because this is not a nice man at all. Okay, that man has no integrity, right? He lies. There's a lot of lies. Look, he spoke about the war, how that war would have been over in less than no time. They're getting the shock of their life. You know what he did right now? He's already given permission to go into the oil reserves. They have that in these things in caverns, I think in Texas and Louisiana, to go there now and take barrels of oil that they have there in storage, just in case you have a situation like what's going on there right now with Iran now, causing what they're doing there. They're causing the price of oil to spike. Okay, so now they have to calm that down because people don't like that. That means the price of gas will go up, all kinds of things. And the Americans are going to start getting on because you read about American lives being lost and so on there. So now he's in shock because this thing is going on a lot and he's still speaking as though he's in control. He's not in control of anything. He's not in control. What's going on there is way beyond what they expected. Let me tell you, I think I saw what they spent so far. A few $1 billion has cost them already. It's costing the U.S. taxpayer billions of dollars. Where America getting that kind of money to keep going on and on? Listen, they remember what the amount of money they spend in Ukraine trying to assist Ukraine with the Russian war effort. They gave Gaza, they gave Israel so much already. All kinds of weapons, this and that and the other. Right? So right now, they're scrambling. They're going to get weapons from this place, that place, the other place. Because, listen, Iran ain't eating nice. They're not playing. Okay? And in a way, I mean, I'm not a person for war, right? But I think what Iran is saying to the U.S., think twice next time. Think twice. Don't think you just come. And, what Israel does is, they do it best, is to kill people. Black is white. And I'll tell you something.
Andrew.
If this thing continues, Lady J, if this thing continues and Iran start really giving them people pressure, to not be surprised if then people drop a nuclear bomb on Iran. Don't be surprised at that. Just to end that whole thing. That sounds far-fetched, right? That sounds far-fetched. But do not be surprised. Because I heard Benjamin Netanyahu says they have a surprise coming for Iran.
Yeah,
he said that.
Say that.
There's a surprise that, like he's saying, there's something that they have. So I wouldn't put it past those people.
Let's hope.
Okay? Anyway, so getting back to the CARICOM thing. So our Prime Minister now trying his best now to defend and say, well, they're not CARICOM is not a political union. In other words, people have their own views and they're expressing those views and so on. But you know the problem with that, Lady J? When you're expressing your views, especially depending on what you're saying, your words and your actions can hurt. That's what our Prime Minister has to understand. When the people are saying certain things, like Kamla Prasad Bissessa, right? And they actually, she says some things. She's trying to put division among the CARICOM leaders, saying about how they took Venezuela's side, okay, in that conflict there between Venezuela and Guyana. So now, Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana now kind of like hooking up together because they have issues with Venezuela. So they were the only ones who were invited to go to that summit. And they went. And you know what I was saying, Lily J?
Mm-hmm.
If I were these people, I'd be feeling bad to do something like that. But you're Pamela. So while I understand what the Prime Minister is saying, the people have their right to, follow whatever it is that they want to follow because it's not a political union, but that can cause problems in the future because they may decide to just say, something, we don't want to be part of that anymore. That's
Why do
a
you say
possibility.
it's not a political union? Why do you say that?
No, the Prime Minister said that. Our Prime Minister said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying...
He said CARICOM is not a political union.
Right, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah. So in other words, the people have their own independence. They are sovereign states. They can do as they please.
Yeah.
You understand? It's just that they cooperate on certain things. I know for sure there's a lot of importation of food from Trinidad. Quite a few of the CARICOM countries import a lot of food from Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? So when, and I'm sure at concessionary rates, I'm sure of that. So if the union now were to fracture and you have problems there and that thing break up, then we got problems. All right? Yes. Okay. So you okay there, Lady
Yeah,
J?
my phone, it needed charging. I'm sorry. I forgot to charge it last night.
So yes. Social media now, Lady J. Social media. Jamaica now, there's some experts in Jamaica saying that the government must at least consider restrictions locally. That's in Jamaica. And you have people like the president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. He was weighing in on this thing, and he was saying that there's this heavy dependence among students, right, when it comes to this electronics, those things like the phones and this kind of thing. And he said he's seen situations where students say that they're going to commit suicide if they don't get their phone back. Like the mother may take the phone or the father may take the phone.
Remember, even in the States, of the boy that burned down the house because he was so upset when his mom took the phone from him.
I remember that. Yeah, they get so angry.
Come on. Wow.
Yeah. Now, that is when you know that you have become hooked to this thing.
But that's also, that child obviously had no values to be able to get so angry burning down the same house. Where are you going to live?
Some of them, get so angry, boy, they want to kill the parents, Literally. Because they get so addicted to this thing. Now, in a sense, I wonder, Lady J, if in a sense we are, people like you, me, to some degree are not addicted to this thing. Because, to be honest with you, if I'm leaving my home, I must take this phone.
Yeah, it's true,
I must
Andre.
take it.
It's
almost
true.
like my keys.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, everybody have it for different reasons. You have it because you want to be in contact, or you want them to be in contact with you.
Yes.
And the reason why I take it is because if in case my daughter, my mother, my family wants me, I take that. That's priority first. Then if a friend wants me, because to me they can wait. But my family, especially if it's urgent, so I take it. But Andre, if I have it or I don't have it, it doesn't matter because I know I'll get back to it and all the messages will be there in any case. So I don't like if I'm not doing anything and I don't have a phone in my hand, because I would like to, especially if you're waiting for someone, it's a good distraction. If I'm waiting for my grands, it's a good distraction. So for those reasons, I like that. But other than that, Andre, it's neither here or there for me. If I have it, I have it. If I don't have it, I don't have it.
I usually come here on evenings to close up. And I don't live far away. I mean, it just take me 5 minutes, depending on how heavy the traffic. 5 minutes to get here from my home, and I took it last night. In fact, I take it every time I come here. And I was just coming here just for a little while, just to close up. Okay, and I took it. So I'm saying, to some degree, maybe we.
No, but you need it, Andre. It's nighttime, especially. What if something happened? You need it, especially night. Daytime, you might be able to get somebody. Call this person for me if something happened, but in the evening or in the night, Andre, you need your phone. I mean, we have it, so why not?
Yes. So so now they're calling for restrictions on the use of social media in Jamaica. I don't know if we are there as yet, Do you think we have reason to be concerned here in St. Lucia?
Andre, of course.
Huh? Why?
Of course,
Why
Andre.
do you think so?
Because it hasn't. We don't know how bad it has gotten. We don't know if young people are getting upset if they're with their mothers or fathers yet, because we haven't heard that. But Andre, I'm sure we're close to that. I hope we never get to any stage of a child burning down or breaking things in the house like one of them did in the States. Broke every single appliance in the house. You know. But Andre, it might just get to that because, you know, people are making money from social media, and if our parents are aware, then they'll understand why you on it that often. But I think it's important for us to know, especially if they under, say, 18, what is happening. We need to know, Andre.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to know that your child is showing off her body on social media. So you want to be a part of that. And we're talking about both male and female, not just the female. So you still want to be a part of that. You still want to know what's happening.
So, Lady J, there was a little blowback yesterday to our comments as regards the UK visa requirements. And I believe you got audio, video.
Yeah, people send me that.
And so on.
Already.
So people on our case yesterday. I don't know if you want to. I commented on it earlier already. I don't know if you want to comment any further.
No, nobody was on
if
my
there's
case, Andre. They just sent it.
You want to take back?
Take back for what? For saying someone if a critical heart? No, I didn't say anything that I shouldn't say. Why should I say?
But I think the most important point for us is that I don't think we were saying that you should not question.
But Andre, the ending of it says all that.
Yeah, I don't think we were saying you shouldn't question the authorities. More specifically, I was saying is that I believe that when our Prime Minister, I'm not talking about Philip J. Pierre or any other Prime Minister, I'm talking about the person who holds the position. We are supposed to believe what you're saying. Hear me well, we are supposed to believe what you're saying. That's what it should be. I remember I used myself. I said I've been doing talk shows for a very, very long time. And I said that I've never heard anybody accuse me of telling lies. And I think when I say something, most times people believe what I say, because I'm not in the habit of telling lies. So I think the politicians should up their game to let people see you in the light where they believe what you say. They don't have to second guess you. And that's the point I'm making. And that's what I was trying to say yesterday. So I'm saying when our Prime Minister speaks, he or she, whoever occupies the position, whether it's Prime Minister, Minister of this agriculture, Minister for ecclesiastical, whatever the case, you're supposed to be speaking the truth. You can't just come there and just lie to people. First of all, you're destroying your integrity, and also you're placing now the other politicians in harm's way. When I say harm's way, meaning now that people will see because you hear it all the time, all the politicians are like that. Now that's not true. Not all politicians are a particular way, you understand? But the thing is that when one apple is bad, it spoils the rest. So I think politicians should aim for a much higher standard for themselves and not. In fact, let me add something which I didn't say yesterday. They're also responsible too for people seeing them like that because they accuse each other of lying. They are constantly accusing each other of lying.
Andre, I'm not giving that any more rope. I'm just leaving that because I think when we spoke, yes, you did mention Prime Minister, but you also said any. And I also said any as well. We were not generalizing St. Lucia. We were speaking broadly. So, I mean, people take information how they want to take it.
And you know one thing about me, I'm Lady J, I am consistent. Meaning, what I said there yesterday, I've said years ago, I've never changed it, that I will not allow anybody to call a show that I'm hosting and to call our Prime Minister, it doesn't matter who's there, a liar. I will not allow that.
Well, I don't think they should call any Prime Minister.
But people do it.
Respect is...
People do it.
Yeah, they do.
And you have talk show hosts who
disgusting.
they don't even confront the callers. They just allow it. They just allow them to call the Prime Minister liar. It doesn't matter who's there. And when I said that, it was Alan Shastney who was Prime Minister at the time. Oh man, I was excoriated for that. Because people saw me as being a flambeau and this kind of thing. No, I was taking a principled stance.
I agree.
That I will not allow anybody to call the Prime Minister a liar.
You have to be respectful, Andre.
Exactly.
And I mean, I didn't hear that, but I think people, not you, but callers have to be respectful, period. And they should be stopped if, you're listening and there's something that they said that needs to be stopped. Change your wording. You can say the same thing, but change your wording.
No.
I totally agree.
Now, there are some talk show hosts who will allow it, but me, I will not allow it. And I think,
Exactly.
I think my followers, they know that very, very well, and they don't do it. There's a few of them tried it, but I stopped it right there. But the point is that when I said what I said back then, it was Alan Shastney who was prime minister. I was excoriated for that. I tell you what, there's a particular politician, man, he let me have it. He called my phone, he called me personally, and let me have it left, right, and center. Yeah.
So he wanted you to actually have the person continue saying liar?
Yeah, in other words, I am protecting the prime minister at that time.
No. I don't see it that way. I see it as making sure that you do the right thing as a talk show host. And that is, hey, I'm not stopping you from saying he's incorrect or he's telling lies. But to say he is a liar, I think that is disrespectful. That's bold, Andre. And, we all know how to phrase our words. And we should, when we're speaking other countries, everybody hearing, we should really learn when we pick up that phone and we're out in the public to speak without being disrespectful.
So now I guess I'm a labor now because I repeated the same thing yesterday. So now I guess I'm a labor.
And so what, Andre? You can be who you want to be and what you want to be. It's you. You eat at your home, right?
Oh, no, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to do that at all.
It doesn't matter
Yeah,
whether you for the red or the yellow or the blue or the white or the whatever. That is your right.
Yeah.
You do what you want. You can vote for a party and you can vote for a person. So it don't matter.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to support any party / government in St. Lucia. I'm not allowed to do that. All right. So just keep that in mind. So that's why, people have issue with what I'm saying. So now, since it's not Alan Shastney, that's there. So now I'm a labor. I guess that's what it is right now. But I'm glad people. I'm confused as to why I really am.
I was just about to say that. So, Andrew, does it matter which side you're on? That's your private business. As a talk show host, you really shouldn't be portraying which side you're on. You really need to be general,
well, the thing
especially when they're calling.
No, but no matter how general you are, once you say something, like for example, if today
When you said that
if I were to say something contrary to the sitting administration, to the incumbent, I'd be labeled a flabo.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
exactly. Now, if I say something tomorrow which is contrary to the opposition, I'm a labor. That's how it is.
It's in the news, and if you want to chime in on it, if you like it or you don't like it, I see absolutely nothing wrong. Andre, friends sometimes disagree, okay? But they still talk maybe the next day or hours later because that friend said something that the other friend didn't like. So what?
Yeah, and I
So
said,
what?
yes. And as I said, under the Constitution, you have a right to associate with whomever you choose to associate.
That's right.
And that's, we have
for
to
me,
we have to respect that.
For me, I have friends on both sides, and I like all of them. Okay? I think Alan Shastney is a wonderful person. Wonderful person. Philippe J. Pierre is also a wonderful person.
Exactly.
And if I see either one of them, they'll get hugs from me because I knew them out of being prime ministers as people just like you and me. Okay? And they're wonderful persons, very respectful people. Okay? So, hey, let them do what they want to do. Let them feel how they want to feel, Andre.
Okay.
The fact is, you keep your personal business to yourself as to who you're voting for.
Okay. So, Lady J, remember I spoke with you some time ago. I told you about a former Prime Minister of Israel, who I think his name was Ariel Sharon. He was in a vegetative state. He was in a coma for, I think, 8 years. Remember I spoke about it, and I told you that Israel, under their system, they will not remove, they will not stop they will keep him alive with the machines.
I remember
as
you
long
saying
as
that.
his heart is beating, they will keep him alive forever and ever and ever, right? Until the heart stops beating. He was in that comatose state for 8 years. I came across a story this morning where in India there was a guy who fell from a balcony, right? And I guess maybe he had some serious injuries, and he went into a coma, and he's been there for over 10 years in that state, right? And his family, namely his mother and father, who were still alive, they have been trying their best to, of course, it costs money to keep him there, right? Because the state is not paying for that. And they said that they basically exhausted all the funds that they have already, and it's about time to let the gentleman go. And they've been trying, but the lower courts were giving them a lot of pressure because they don't really believe in that sort of thing, almost like an Israel kind of thing. I think they call it passive euthanasia. Yes, there's passive. In other words, in a case like that, they will allow it. So the Supreme Court weighed in on the matter and said, no, they have to turn off the machine.
Yeah, turn it off, and
that's the Supreme
eventually,
Court.
whether he goes half an hour or a day after. But yeah, I agree.
So
And how old is he at this point?
I don't think I got his age when I read the story. I didn't get his age, but no, I didn't. It didn't include his age.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, sorry. He's 31. I'm sorry. He's 31.
31 now or 31 then?
Well, I don't know.
Wow.
They said a 31-year-old man. Maybe that's what he is now. Maybe. All right. But he's been in that state for over 10 years. And the
21.
court said it's time to, and the family were very relieved. They said, thank you very much to the Supreme Court, because they can't hold on anymore. And besides, they said they were worried as to what would happen to him now if they were to die before
Right.
him.
Exactly.
What would happen to him?
Exactly.
As parents, you love your child. But boy, that
And
is
you want to give a good send-off as well.
yes, that is a sad story. I don't know when they're going to turn off the machine. I guess maybe if I follow the story, I'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they say in India, legalize private euthanasia. Let me see, India. Oh yeah, so they legalized passive euthanasia in 2018, right? But active euthanasia, that's any act that intentionally helps a person kill themselves, that remains illegal. Okay, so if you, or let me not say you, if I, right, encourage anybody to commit suicide, and if I live in India, that would be against the law. It would be illegal to do that, to encourage somebody to commit suicide. And if its investigations show that I'm the one that encouraged the person, what I'm doing there is illegal. However, in a case like that, that's why they call it passive euthanasia. The person is in a vegetative state there for so many years. The Supreme Court felt comfortable enough to say, okay, we have to let him go. Yeah, but that's a sad story.
It is.
Yeah, they said he fell from a fourth floor balcony in 2013, and he remained in a comatose state since that time. Okay, all right.
He must be skin and bone, Andre.
I could imagine. I could just imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sad.
probably been fed intravenously.
Yeah. It's not much. You can't put on much weight from that. No matter what.
Poor man. But these are very, very controversial things. And you have to ask yourself, how do you, at what point do you decide now, if your child, your father, your mother, brother, sister is in that position, at what point now do you decide to let them go? Is that something that maybe how you feel?
Some people have come out of it, Andre.
That's the thing. It does happen.
So that's scary.
Yeah, it does
Some
happen.
people have come out of it.
So let me ask you, how... Well, anyway, I guess I can't.
I don't want to think about
ask
that,
you that
Andre.
question.
No, I don't want to think about it.
When one would decide now, it's time to let the person go.
I think also, if you have these kind of conversations with your family, you would know. For example, my brother. That's a conversation he had, my younger brother. So, if anything had happened to him, we would know.
Okay. In this case, that actually came up as well. He didn't have a will to say anything as to his, he wasn't able to do anything, to write anything.
Or any conversation, conversation would still stand for the family. Yeah.
Okay, just a couple more little things before we get into the icing on the cake. Don't forget, folks, 11:30 this morning, we have the healing process coming up at 11:30. In Afghanistan, as you know, they're trying to live like back in the old days where you had Old Testament rules and regulations and this sort of thing. You need to pay attention to me, not the comments there. I need your attention.
I'm here, Andre.
No, but you're so busy there. I see.
My eyes went over there and I came back here.
Yeah, because I was talking to you. Leave that alone. Leave
Andre,
that alone.
My eyes.
You can check that later.
I don't hear with my eyes.
You can check that later.
With my ears.
I hear you.
Good. Thank you, Andre.
Yeah, I need your attention.
So you want me to look at you? Yes, Andre.
Yeah, and enjoy it. So I was saying, you find this one interesting, very, very interesting. In Afghanistan, and let me repeat, they believe what they call Sharia law. So Sharia law is almost like what you call in our Bible, Old Testament. Okay, Old Testament law, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and this kind of thing. Right? So they just issued a decree that makes sodomy, right, male on male sexual activity, punishable by death. Yeah. So if you're caught, if they know that you're involved in sodomy in Afghanistan as we speak, and this has been passed I think it was last week, you now will attract the death penalty for that act. And here the other one. The decree also allows men, I tell you, when it's something interesting, to beat their wives, so long as they don't break any bones.
What?
Okay? So you can beat your wife, but just don't break her bones. They passed that decree. Okay? They say that their rulings are in line with Islamic Sharia law and have religious legitimacy. Okay? The decree also permits a father to punish their child for, among other things, you can punish your child, here one of them, failing to pray. So the child doesn't pray.
Yeah.
If the child doesn't pray, a father is allowed to punish the child for not praying. Okay? Hear that one. While a woman's testimony is worth half of that of a man. So in other words, if a man were to be in court with you as a female and he makes a certain case, the scales would tip to the man's side because the woman's testimony is
of course, yeah.
suspect. All right? The decree also clamps down on dissent. Anyone who insults the Taliban leader must receive 39 lashes plus a year in prison. So you don't say anything against the leader in Afghanistan. Otherwise, you're going to attract 39 lashes in your skin and a year in prison. Imagine that. Okay? And they say the death penalty is also sanctioned for a range of crimes. And listen to them. A judge may sentence to death anyone who spreads doctrines contrary to Islam. So they can't say anything about Christianity there. Okay? Otherwise, you could be sentenced to death for that. And anyone who persistently engages in theft, you're going to be executed for theft, for heresy, I guess trying to twist the Quran. You know, you're saying something that is different to what the Quran is saying. Sorcery. So if you're involved in any kind of obia and these kinds of things, right? You will attract the death penalty. Homosexuality or anything other than vaginal sex. So it must be, with a lady. And if you try anything else, maybe with the lady as well, you could be sentenced to death.
Andre, I know that the Islamic law and rules are very strict. And a lot of what you just read there, I mean, that's horrible. But, Andre, I think the worst one is to tell me you're going to beat your wife, but just spare the bones. Andre, I'm telling you, I would, once I got to a certain age, if I lived there, I'd run away. No wonder most people are taking off and going to Europe.
If they can even leave. Same thing again, you know. Jesus Christ was talking to the Pharisees, and they were saying that same kind of pappy show. Moses we know, but we don't know you. Because Jesus Christ was saying, you cannot take something that is old, that passed already, gone a long time, and try and put it into this new system. Things have changed, right? That's why I keep saying, there's a place for old school music. There is a place for it. You can't get away from that.
No.
But you can't just be, all you playing is old school alone. That's all you play. You're living in another time. And the world has already moved on. Almost like you say, you have a typewriter, and you're still insisting on to have a typewriter. And really moved on now to better things than. Let me tell you, I remember when I wanted to have, I was playing music and I love CDs. I love CDs, right? I find they were less stressful. You just come, put your CD inside and you're good to go. And probably 99% of all the other DJs had already gone to laptops. And I still come. I remember one time on a DJ's, when I was taking the CDs, I remember I was playing with another DJ. I won't say who it is. And he said, Gasta, you still have CDs, Gasta? You know how long? You know how long I see that? You know how long I see a
Well.
CD? Right? So here I am trying to hold on to something that's
As long as you can.
becoming obsolete. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Right now, people have laptops. We need to move on. And I'm saying that, right? For Afghanistan, there's another place called Aceh in Indonesia where they're trying to live by these old-time rules and regulations. And we have it here in our Christian society where you have a lot of churches now who want to hold on to certain things that have long gone by clean, long time already. This doesn't exist anymore. Don't exist. Our society cannot accommodate that sort of thing, and they're still trying to live. I won't mention what exactly what I'm saying, right? It's unnecessary, but they're trying to make take an old thing and a brand new second-hand kind of thing. A brand new second-hand.
Andre, that'll always happen. You remember even our first Prime Minister, Premier, it was the same thing when we were shifting to computers. He had the same thing to say, but
Yeah.
eventually I guess he learned.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
So let's get into the icing on the cake today.
Before you
kinda
say that,
related-
Andre, have you ever heard of pansexual?
pansexual.
Yeah.
Meaning like what? Ukafe to
Me-
buy?
Meaning that you like any sex.
Yeah, to
Doesn't
buy.
really matter.
To buy.
Yeah, Wayne Brady is pansexual. Wow, that's news for me.
Well, I hope they play in the right key. Since
He
it's that-
hasn't gone on these thoughts yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. So keep that, make a note of that, right? So we
Okay.
can explore that. All right. So my icing on the cake today. And by the way, Lady J, if you have any, you can share with us. By the way,
What's that?
It's not just me.
Icing on the cake?
Icing on the cake.
No, I don't have those funny things.
Okay. Well, I have a lot. I have a lot.
Yes.
So today I have a comedian who's weighing in on religion. Okay. Now, folks, this is important. It didn't say Christianity. It is religion. Religion is believing that there is a God, but you have no relationship with that God. That's what religion is. You believe that there is a God, but basically you know nothing about that God. You just believe that there's a God somewhere, and that kind of thing, and you have no relationship with that God. You don't know, you don't obey Him. You don't have, it's like it's just something there in the air for you, and you're not really serious about it. That's what religion is. So here's the comedian now, right? Weighing in on religion. And he says some very, very interesting things, which I find. Now, folks, please don't take it literally. I mean, the guy's just giving some jokes, all right? I know some people may probably take offense to that, but let's enjoy it. Let's listen to his story.
Religion has convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a list of 10 specific things he doesn't want you to do. And if you do any of these things, he will send you to a special place of burning and fire and smoke and torture and anguish for you to live forever and suffer and burn and scream until the end of time. But he loves you. He loves you. He loves you, and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all present, all knowing, and all wise. Just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions and billions of dollars. They pay no taxes, and somehow they always need money. You talk about a good bullshit story. If I make
All right. So you see what religion is?
But,
That's exactly what it is.
Andrea, when we were small, that's the way we were thinking. So some of what he said, it might be for real too. Some of what he said, don't you think?
No. Remember I said to you, there's a big difference between spirituality and religion.
Yeah, but some of what
Religion,
he says-
but you see what he says? How he coins the whole
Interprets.
thing. Yeah, he says about money and this sort of thing, and burning and a hell and a this and a that and the other, that kind of thing. That's what the religion is all about. So that's kind of related to what I was talking about there in Afghanistan. That's kind of religion thing. There's no real connection with
They believe it.
with the real God and the way He is. So I mean, totally different to what it. So they just believe in our God existence,
Yeah.
but they don't know that God. You understand? Yeah. All right. Just thought I should share that. Did you enjoy it?
I did. Food for thought too. Some of what they
Indeed.
said.
Okay, folks, let me just
Yeah.
let you know that coming up at 11:30 this morning, it's going to be the healing process
Yes.
with Dr. Phil and Claire Leon. They're the host of the program. It's an hour program. And anything as far as the price is concerned, the cash, anything on that?
Well, it's a new month.
Oh, so they're just starting
yeah,
up again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we started last Thursday, and the February person got their prize. Oh, it was Joseph Sylvester.
Oh, he won that.
Yes, his name came out of the box.
Just quickly before they come on at 11:30. What
we have
exactly?
time.
How does it work again? How does it?
All right, so you have to call in and ask a question.
Well, first you have to listen, right?
Well, of course, you
Yes.
got to listen. So you call in to the program to ask him a question or to talk about what he's discussing, or you listen to what you play on a Sunday morning that you didn't play last Sunday.
Oh, the unprecedented Jesus.
Unprecedented Jesus. You've got to listen to that, and you've got to say what transpired. That's how they know you listen.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then your name goes into the box twice. But you also, he's starting this for March, if you refer to a friend to watch the program or to listen on a Sunday, your name will go into the box again. So you have chances. And persons like Sylvester has been getting his name in the box twice.
Wow,
Every
imagine.
show.
Yes. Because he's a huge fan of REV-UP. He listens to everything.
Yeah, he and
Everything.
one or two others got their name in the box twice. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so they're coming
So we're
on.
hoping you could call, and it's live on Facebook, YouTube as well. So, listen up. Make it exciting. Andre, I want
We
to
have
say
to wrap up.
something.
We have to
No,
wrap up.
I know. Remember, I was trying to get the swimming club name, Aquatic Center.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some persons let me know. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, folks, so those of you on Facebook, YouTube, live, and of course, DBS Television, thank you so much.
DBS.
Thank you, those of you
Appreciate it.
online and all the other platforms, 758streaming.com, Radio Garden, MyTuner Radio, we're all over the place, and of course, 95.9 FM across St. Lucia. Thank you so much for listening, and we do appreciate your presence here with us on REV-UP. So, Lady J is going to be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon, then from 3 until 6 going to be Zen the DJ. So, anything apart from the healing process?
We
have
also
coming up?
have Roger Constantine,
Oh, yeah.
who will be here talking fitness because he's the owner of Reps, and he is, like I said, opening number 2.
Oh, yes.
And, which might be closer to you.
Oh,
He hasn't
oh.
said exactly where yet. Hopefully by last Thursday he didn't, but we discussed it. And from 8 to 80 years old, Andre.
Wow.
Personal training. There'll be a sauna. It will be air conditioned. So, Andre, you never know. It might just
okay.
be up your alley.
All right.
But it will be in Castries as to how far from the town itself, the city. We will know if it's Vidbouteille, if it's Leclerc, somewhere there. But
And that's
it's
going to
pretty
be at what
close.
time?
His hours?
What time? No. What time is he going to be on with you?
Oh, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock
2
this
o'clock
afternoon.
2:15 on Thursdays.
Okay, so 2:15. Don't forget to listen to what's his name again?
Roger
Roger.
Constantine.
Okay, you're gonna be in fitness
owner
and
of Reps.
good health and
Yes.
so on, right?
And they also relocated not too far from where they were because they were housing in Indies. Now they're directly behind the International School, or say Massey Supermarket, Rodney Heights.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank
So
you.
It's easy to find them.
Okay, so folks, we got to wrap it up. This has been Harddrive for today, Thursday, the 12th of March, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Randallie's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
the coast.
I would love to hear it.
We're revving up the airwaves.
Are you sleeping?
On 95.9 FM, the Alpha of Radio.